Franco Mastantuono to Real Madrid. Here we go.
At just 17 years old, Franco Mastantuono became the most expensive teenager in Real Madrid's history. But this isn't just another story about money. This is the story of a boy from a small town who broke Lionel Messi's record, who chose Los Blancos over Barcelona without ever speaking to Messi, and who might just be Argentina's answer to life after the GOAT. August 14th, 2007. A boy is born in Azul, Argentina. Franco's football journey started where many Argentine dreams begin, in his father's shadow. According to the New York Times, Mastantuono began playing organized football at River de Azul, where his father was the coach, before joining River Plate in 2019. His dad was a coach at River de Azul, a small local club. The teenager grew up around football, learning the game from the man who taught him everything. But by age 12, it was clear that Franco had outgrown his hometown. River Plate came calling in 2019, and the Mastantuono family made the move to Buenos Aires. It was a leap of faith, leaving everything behind for a dream that might never come true. But this kid was different. Even as a child, coaches could see something special. At River Plate's academy, Franco wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but he had something that couldn't be taught: vision, creativity, the ability to see passes that others couldn't even imagine. The Hindu noted, Mastantuono is primarily a right winger, but can also play as an attacking midfielder. His left foot is his strongest asset, and his decision-making on the ball is mature beyond his years. By 16, he was training with the first team, and by the following year, he was making his professional debut. As Ole documented, Franco Mastantuono made his professional debut for River Plate on January 28, 2024, against Argentinos Juniors. At 16 years and 167 days old, he became one of the youngest players ever to debut for the club. The Argentine stepped onto the pitch for River's senior team for the first time. He was 16 years old, and he looked like he belonged. But Franco's biggest moment was still to come. June 2025. Argentina's national team was preparing for crucial World Cup qualifiers. Lionel Scaloni had been watching Franco closely. The decision was made. Fabrizio Romano broke the news. Official. Franco Mastantuono becomes the youngest player ever to debut with Argentina national team. At just 295 days past his 17th birthday, Franco became the youngest player ever to debut for the Albi Celeste. Younger than Messi. For most players, representing your country is the pinnacle. For Franco, it was just the beginning. Even Messi showed his support. We didn't want to overwhelm him emotionally before his debut. The football world was watching, and Madrid was taking notes. So what makes Franco Mastantuono special? Watch him play, and you'll see glimpses of greatness. He's left-footed, like Messi, but brings a different dimension to the game. He can play anywhere across the front line. Right wing, attacking midfield, even as a false nine. His versatility is remarkable for someone so young, and the numbers back it up. Franco ranks in the 97th percentile for goal contributions combined. That means he's better than 97% of the players in his position at creating and scoring. But it's his football intelligence that truly sets him apart. He doesn't just see the pass, he sees the pass after the pass. His first touch is sublime. His vision is exceptional. And his ability to create something from nothing reminds you of another Argentine genius. The comparisons are inevitable. But Franco is writing his own story. He is the heir, they say. It's a burden that could crush most teenagers. But Franco seems to embrace it. Both are left-footed. Both have exceptional vision. Both can change a game in an instant. I believe I can win the Ballon d'Or one day. I want to be the best player in the world. That's my dream. Some call it confidence, others call it delusion. But maybe that's exactly what Argentina needs. Someone who believes he can fill those impossible shoes. By early 2025, every major club in Europe was circling. PSG made him their top-tier target. Liverpool were monitoring closely. Manchester City had scouts watching every game. Barcelona desperate to sign him. But Franco blocked the transfer to PSG because he wanted to evaluate Madrid's proposal. The player preferred the Spanish destination, a record-breaking deal for a teenager who had never played in Europe. It was a statement signing. Madrid weren't just buying a player, they were buying the future of Argentine football. But Barcelona weren't going to give up without a fight. Juan Laporta was desperate. He was about to lose the most promising Argentine teenager to their biggest rivals. So, he came up with a plan. Ask Lionel Messi to convince Franco to join Barca instead. Think about that. The greatest player in Barcelona's history being asked to personally recruit a teenager. But Messi never made the call. Despite Laporta's desperate request, Leo never reached out, and Franco chose Madrid anyway. So what does Real Madrid get for their record investment? They get potential. Raw, unlimited potential. Franco can play in multiple positions. He can create chances from nothing. He can score goals when needed. But most importantly, they get a statement. Los Blancos just signed Argentina's most promising talent. They beat every major club in Europe to his signature. How does he compare to Madrid's current wingers? Franco is not on the level of Vini or Rodrigo yet, but he does provide something neither of their star wingers do: balance. Last season, Madrid had too many stars that wanted to occupy the left-hand side: Mbappe, Vini, Rodrigo. Franco, because he's left-footed, will cut in from the right onto his strong foot, will occupy the right half space, thus giving Madrid a more balanced attack. And his commitment to his new club cannot be questioned. I don't want to even think about any other European club, Franco said after signing. I want to spend many years at Real Madrid, and maybe even my whole career. That's not the talk of someone overwhelmed by pressure. That's confidence. But let's be honest about what this teenager is walking into. Madrid is the biggest club in the world. He'll be playing alongside Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, players who are already established superstars. Whether he'll be expected to contribute immediately is yet to be known. But when his opportunity inevitably does come, he'll be ready. And he'll be doing it all while carrying the weight of being the next Messi. And Franco isn't shy about his admiration for the GOAT. At his Real Madrid presentation, he was asked who the best player in the world was. The best player in the world? To me, it's Messi. I'm Argentinian, Franco said without hesitation. Some Real Madrid fans were shocked. Others respected his honesty. But it shows the kind of pressure Franco faces, being compared to his idol while wearing the shirt of Messi's biggest rival. But perhaps the biggest pressure Franco faces isn't at Real Madrid. It's wearing the Argentina shirt. Messi has given the Albi Celeste everything. World Cup, Copa America, a generation of memories. But what happens when he retires? That's where Franco comes in. He's not just Madrid's future, he's Argentina's future. He even has 18-12-22 tattooed on his body, the date Argentina won the World Cup. He's my idol, and I follow him a lot, Franco said about Messi. Franco represents the future of Argentine football. He's the player who could lead Argentina into the post-Messi era. Most players would crumble under that weight, but Franco has already shown he's different. He made his Argentina debut as a teenager. He handled being River Plate's youngest star. He chose Madrid over Barcelona despite the politics involved. This is a kid who thrives when the stakes are highest. So what's next for Franco? At Real Madrid, he'll learn from the best. He'll compete for the biggest trophies. He'll have the chance to become a legend. With Argentina, he'll carry the hopes of a nation. He'll try to fill the void that Messi will eventually leave behind. It's enormous responsibility for someone so young. The weight of representing a massive club known as Assembling Galacticos, and a national team that produced not one, but two of football's greatest ever players. But if anyone can handle it, it's this kid from Azul. From a small town in Argentina to the biggest club in the world. From breaking records to potentially replacing legends. This is Franco Mastantuono, and this is just the beginning. So what do you think? Can Franco Mastantuono live up to the hype? Will he become the next Messi? Or will the pressure be just too much? Smash that like button if you think Franco will become a Real Madrid legend, and subscribe for more stories about football's brightest young stars. Comment below with your prediction. Will Franco succeed at Real Madrid? Can he replace Messi for Argentina? I want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, check out our video on Alexis Mac Allister, a story about the Argentine maestro who is adored back home but criminally underrated in Europe. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. And remember, in football, the future belongs to those brave enough to chase it. Goodbye for now.